G'day everyone, thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to do just a real quick look at something that I bought a few months ago and have been meaning to get around and do a little bit of a review on. Now I've been in the market for a foam cannon for quite a while, and I was looking at the cheap ones, you know, 14-15 bucks on eBay, and I still do have intentions of picking one of those up and testing that out and comparing it to this one. And then I spotted this one online on eBay, and I'll put a link to it down in the description. Now this one's a Foamee. Now the reason I went with this is it's Australian made. It did cost me around about the $100. It was $99, something thereabouts delivered, which was on what I would call the high end of what I was willing to spend for one of these. But ultimately I wanted one that was going to last, that was going to function out of the box, I wasn't going to have any issues with, and I also wanted to make sure that this one was going to fit the high pressure washers that I had there from Bosch, because I wanted to use those pressure washers with this. With that in mind, it is literally just a foam cannon. There's not a great deal to tell you about this. Comparing this to the cheaper ones that I've checked out in Super Cheap, and I'm sure this is going to be the same for the comparison to the cheaper ones on eBay, is just the quality of the materials that are involved. Now this container, which obviously is not exactly what makes the foam, but this is important. Obviously this is the thing that holds the detergent. You know, you're going to be connecting to this on and off all the time. So if this is made of a flimsy or a thin material, that's going to crack, you're going to drop it, it's going to break, and you know, it's going to be over. When the box turned up, picked it up, and I thought, oh, there must be something else in here. It's really quite heavy. But you come to realise that once you pull it out, you've got these nice, solid, really heavy-duty brass fittings. The plastic that's here, look, I don't know my plastics, as I've mentioned in other videos, but this is a really hard, solid plastic, and the fluid container, or the bottle itself, is a really nice, hard, sort of solid plastic as well. Again, all the materials really high quality, really well made. Don't have any issues getting this to screw on top. Now what I've actually got is the AQT connector, which is to fit the Bosch pressure washers that I've got in there. There is a, I believe it's a 1/4 inch connection on the back. When you order these, you're going to see on the back of the box or on the website, there's a number of different connections available, and that will be supplied to you at that $99 cost. Have a look at those and make sure you choose the right one that's going to fit your pressure washer. Otherwise, you know, you'll be out and you'll be chasing an adapter to fit on that. Also included in the box, some of their Foamee detergent. It says, is it Premium Active Snow Foam. This works really well for a surprisingly small amount of fluid. If you're using these, a little bit of a tip is, put your water in first. It'd be nice if they had some markings on here to show you where to fill the water to. But anyway. And then drop whatever amount of detergent you want into the top of the bottle. If you put the detergent into the bottle first and then fill it up, it's all going to start to foam up, and then you're not going to, you know, it's all going to be overflowing, you're going to be wasting detergent and all that sort of stuff. So fill it up with water first, drop your detergent in, and then give it a really good shake before you go out and connect it up with your pressure washer. Couldn't be simpler. Literally a connection on the end here, which will connect into your pressure washer. This front is adjustable, and you will see just there in the end, you can see these, I guess, blades opening and closing. The closer they are to being closed, the more foam you're going to get, the more, I guess, snowy type action you're going to see. If you open those up, you're pretty much going to get a squirt coming out the end. That's going to hit the car and spread. But so if you want to produce foam, close those up, but you know, you can be operating, squeezing that and be adjusting that as you work. Previous models did have a little adjuster on the top there, which you could adjust the amount of foam being drawn from here and then combined with the water. Unfortunately, this one doesn't. I was kind of hoping it's going to have that. This active snow foam that they supply you, they suggest that you're going to get about 6 washes out of that. I've actually found that I'm going to get quite a few more out of that. So you're talking about 1/6 of a bottle. So we're talking around about, you know, 15, 18 mils, somewhere around that. Per wash, so you don't need to put a lot in. I tend to pretty much fill the bottle up and then pop about a capful or so into the top of the bottle, and that's been sufficient. I've also been using the Maguire's stuff that I've got inside. That's I guess a thick gel type wash. Doesn't say anything about foaming action, but I found that works just as well, and I do like the smell. You know, using this over the last few months, I've been really happy with it. Produces a nice foam. It's the thing that I'm most impressed with is the quality of the materials there. I'm not worried that I'm going to use this half a dozen times, put it back out in the shed, go and grab it, and it's going to be leaking, the bottle's going to be cracked. This is not going to work, anything like this. I'm not going to say it's a lifetime, but this is, I'm going to get quite a few years of use out of this. There's a number of ways you can use this. You can either just use it and do yourself a non-contact wash, so you can literally hit the car, foam it all up, go over it with your pressure washer, wash it all off with that, and then just walk away. Don't have to touch the car again. It does a pretty good job. just let that sit for a minute, do its thing. I hope it's quick because I've got a Chinese sitting in the car ready to go. I'm starved. And I think that will do. Didn't have to touch it once. Now granted, there are going to be spots that I can touch up. I think there's a spot towards the back there where the mud just kind of stained the paint a little bit. Probably needs a bit of a wipe, but for not having to touch it, just hit it with that foam, let it do its job for 5 minutes, and then come back and give it a hammering with that 135 Bosch pressure washer. I'm all good. So there you go, that's the patch done. That is the Foamee. Hopefully you've got to see that over a number of different cars. I promised a mate that he could come over and do his as well. Come home from a day driving in the mud, stuff like that. Wasn't too bad actually, as it has been in the past, but it was nice just to hit it with the foam, let it soak in, let us do its thing for 5 minutes, and just come back, hit it with the pressure washer, which in this instance was the Bosch 135. Got a review up there and a giveaway actually, so if you're interested in that, go and have a look at the giveaway. You need to get up to a certain amount of likes, a certain amount of views to trigger the giveaway, so a view would help. About $100 I picked it up off eBay. That being said, the reason I spent the extra dollars on this, in addition to it being Australian, was that I knew that it was quality. Again, looked at the feedback, read all the reviews, stuff like that. Knew what I was getting into. Happy to spend that $100 on that. This one, not sent out to me a review, bought that with my own dollars. There you go. Plenty of other stuff coming up on the channel as far as the torque lockup kit. I've got a new head unit to install into the car from iDoing. Really looking forward to that. Oxbeam have reached out, got in touch. They want to send me some globes, some LED globes, and possibly some light bars and lights. I haven't really finalised that, but that's going to be on its way, and I think we're going to get the opportunity to do a giveaway. So I'll be trying to get a whole bunch of LED globes for the Pajeros, so keep an eye on that. We'll do a giveaway. I think I'll just do a flat out giveaway rather than trying to accumulate views and likes and stuff. We'll just do a giveaway, get them out there, get them in everybody's hands, and get you giving me some feedback on those sorts of things. The guys from SUV Doorstep are sending me out a little foldable flat pack fire pit, so that's hopefully on its way. Look, lots of stuff going on the channel. I really do like doing the Pajero stuff and doing the DIY stuff. I have had some feedback recently from a subscriber who said, look, I've had enough, all you're doing is advertising stuff. Ultimately, what I need you to know is that I like to do the Pajero stuff, I like to do the DIY stuff, I like to share information, but it's not always possible to do week in, week out. These products, whether it's something that I've bought myself or whether it's something that gets sent out to me for a review, helps me keep doing content. And look, if I was watching the channel, this would be the stuff that I'm interested in. So as much as I'm not always doing Pajero stuff, I'm not always doing four-wheel drive stuff, I'm not always in another car working on it, these things are things that I'm interested in, and I assume that other people are interested in. And some people just watch the channel for the Azito 18 volt stuff. Some people just watch it for the Pajero stuff. So I try and hit all those points as many times as I can, because simply, if I was just to focus on niche stuff, I wouldn't be able to pop out a video a week or thereabouts. So bear with me. I'm not trying to sell you stuff, I'm just sharing information. Ultimately, if you pick up on a video that I've done and you don't like it, don't watch it. I'm happy with that. I try and do a mix of videos. I try and throw in some ham radio stuff. I try and do the Pajero. I try and do DIY. Sometimes I'll do something in the garden. Sometimes I'll do something with a product that I've been supplied for the purpose of review. Sometimes it's just something that I've got there that I've paid for myself, and I think, yeah, guys might be interested in this, and I'll throw up a video. So please be patient and try and understand what it's like to be on the other side of the camera. Understand if you're not happy and you want to move along, you want to take away that subscription or not watch videos, understand, that's your prerogative. But if you have stuck around and you're happy to subscribe, thanks very much for stopping by. We'll catch you on the next one.